first sentence of Chapter 2 asks us to stop and consider our own humanity before we further discuss machines and technology. According to Leonard, if we are capable of continuously expanding technology and making improvements, we will be able to expand our own IQs tenfold. Personally, I find this thought alarming and slightly terrifying. Innovation is a wonderful thing, but like anything else, I believe there is a line that isn't meant to be crossed. If we start to mess with things we don't know enough about, it could have disastrous results. Leonard goes on to mention ethics and states that this is the biggest difference between us and technology. Machines do not know ethics. He states that while technology may gain the ability to learn to read, write, and or learn our societal norms, it appears to be unlikely that they can exist the way we do holistically. But is this really true? Leonard states, quote, even if machines can eventually analyze and possibly simulate how humans do this, they would still be a long way from existing as we do, end quote. The most driving forces for human beings are feelings of happiness, emotions in general, self-realization, values, and beliefs. These are not easy to replicate, especially if they aren't genuine. While machines may be capable of doing it all, human emotion is not so easy to program. Page 18 mentions one of the craziest things I have ever heard. There is speculation that it is possible for a baby to grow in an artificial womb outside of a mother. I think that this is so unnecessary and a little disturbing. Just because some of these ideas are possible in theory, that does not mean that they should be taken seriously or attempted. As I previously mentioned, there is a line that shouldn't be crossed. The concept of the 90-10 challenge is touched upon, and is a theory I definitely agree will be a reality one day, possibly soon. Once we get to the point of technology being an overarching presence in our everyday lives, much like it is now, there will be one of two outcomes. 90% will be successful, with 10% being considered a failure. The alternative would be a 10% success and a 90% failure. Although we still have a ways to go, we have made leaps and bounds in technological advancement. There is always room to grow and expand even more. With every new advancement, there are 5 more that have potential. Getting too caught up in these advancements will lead to the negative 90-10. As long as we don't get carried away, getting wrapped up in too many crazy projects, we will see a positive 90-10 scenario. For those who are pioneering these new technologies, it's important to remember their responsibility for whatever turnouts there may be. As Leonard mentions on page 20, quote, power comes with consequences, end quote. Using these things responsibly is something many of us seem to struggle with, even now. There is a large sense of anonymity with our new world, so it's easy to forget how to act and handle ourselves when using it. We are so used to technology being so present in our lives that we have become careless when we do use it. We use it to store every single part of our lives, even our most private information. We hide behind it, we use it to hide who we really are, we use it to tear others down. Even the simplest tasks now require technology. Making a dinner reservation, work meetings, everything almost has to be done virtually now. We are very quickly approaching the point of being completely dependent on it, and we will be unable to turn back soon enough. On page 22, Leonard states, quote, technology, no matter how magical, is simply a tool that we use to achieve something, end quote. We have gotten so deep into the world of machines that we have labeled them as far more important than they really are. To finish out this chapter, Leonard asks a question that many are probably curious about, myself included. Will we, at some point, prefer technology over human interaction? It is clear at this point that technology will not be able to completely replace humans or human interaction. However, we may get to a point where we begin to prefer the technological simulations instead. We have seen the positives that have come out of technology and machines. It would be hard at this point to have this information and simply turn it down without turning and giving a second look. I wish that we had these answers about the future of our world based on technology and the digital age. We see major changes every single day, but we never know which change will bring irreversible results. What will the world look like from a digital standpoint 5 years from now? Or better yet, even 5 weeks from now? What about 5 days? It will always be unpredictable.